Previously on 1D10, the show!
Your plan! You've been fooling everyone here to think that you are the good guy, but yet you have a demon! No, not that one over there, but something more nefarious and evil, lying underneath our feet!
I did hear a voice that said, "Free me." I assume you are aware of this creature, or what it is, or who it is, and why we can't go down there?
I have been trying to free her for 3 years.
Okay.
At this point.
All right. Who's her? What is her?
Her name is Tarasta. She has promised me something great if I am able to set her free.
And she is followed by this very kind of foppish dressed man with suspenders and a big bushy brown mustache. This is Hans! And she, points her hand at the man with the big bushy mustache, who goes, "Hello and welcome."
He is our persona consultant, so he'll help you come up with your characters and whatnot.
The mayor has an iron grip on the citizens of the town. He has this control over us, this manipulation that I've never. It's hard to explain. It's like there are patches of our lives that just go missing. This voice, ever since I knew what he had done to me, what he tried to do to my son, it's been haunting me, and I heard it in the arena from the tall one with the tall skinny thing in the robe, and I knew that was him. I knew that was him.
Come on! Let's go find the demon lady! This week on 1D10, the show!
Basically, what's the exit? So the opposite side from where you guys came into the arena. Peeking around the corner, you see Jessica Sledstone, or Demonica. Go, is all of the commotion done over there?
Were you watching this whole time, Jessica?
Well, I've actually been here at this hatch thing, trying to get it open, and I just can't seem to do it. But I saw that's where those skeletal things they took Ren down there, and actually they had Hans as well. It was odd because I hadn't seen him in a while.
Oh well, I don't care then. I hate that guy. Well, I guess I care about the other people.
But I can't seem to get this thing open.
Allow me.
I'll open it. I run over to it.
I'm going to let those two try first because they don't know I have a key for it.
Oh. I don't need no
but I'm
stinking
gonna let
key.
Akula lets Carl go first, assuming that he'd be able to do it much easier.
I don't need no stinking...
He wants to see Carl. Hey,
no worries.
Stay alive!
I roll a 19 to pick the lock.
These tools.
I don't need no key.
Carl, this is a place that you have been before.
Oh, I know this place.
But you don't feel that wooziness that you felt the last time that you tried to go out there. So, actually, that is not what the key was for, because you were able to easily get it open.
Yeah.
Well, now I know that's not what the key was for.
Whatever. I don't need no stinking key.
Yeah.
Inscribed on the key it says, "Not for the hatch."
Hey, guys, this is the stairs where the demon lady is. Follow me! And I go, la 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 la.
Well, I'm going down. I don't really care about Hans that much, but I think that Ren is a good person, so I'm always for helping good people.
Hurry, guys!
So
I'm almost there.
Jessica goes down the stairs.
Hurry!
I'm already
Here,
almost there.
Magna, why don't you go ahead of me so you're in the middle of this group, just in case something jumps us from the front or the behind.
Good idea. Watch my behind, honey.
Do I have to?
Hold on. Hold on. I have to make a constitution save now.
She's been casually smoking a cigarette, like leaning up against something. Whatever.
I got a 12, so I cough a little bit, but, you know.
She throws the cigarette away and just starts walking.
Where she gets her fog clouds from.
No kidding.
All right, so we're all in the stairway, and these stairs seem to go freaking forever. I mean, basically, you're going down for about 20 minutes. And as you go down, you notice that there are little vine things that keep on, like, popping out of the side of the wall and then going back in. Some of them are white, and some of them are black.
I've dealt with these before.
What did you do? What are they?
Oh, well, if you stab them, then they spread into blackness.
That doesn't help me know what they are.
No, well,
Is that like a lights out game where you have to turn off
so
all the lights?
you know that place where Lucky the guy, whatever, the
I know who he
leprechaun
is.
guy died?
Yeah.
So the black roots
Yes.
were where he died, like underneath the arena.
Oh.
So that's what caused his death. So black roots bad.
Wait, so the white roots will heal you?
Black roots.
No, I don't know what the white roots do. I just know that when I messed around with one of them, the black spread. So just don't touch them.
Okay. I'm going to slice off a bit of a white one and keep it.
Okay, and as you slice it, it turns
I
black.
figured as much, but I'm still
Dude.
going to keep it.
What did
Like,
I
wanna
just say?
Looks like it'll turn black no matter how you slice it.
I want to figure out what this thing is.
Okay, and as you get to the bottom of the stairs, you notice it opens into this large corridor that is very very oddly lit. Like it's bright. This corridor is a bright white. It's basically like a clean room where it's just bright white lights, all that you can see, and it's like everything is tiled in white. It's just everything is white.
That's
Ooh,
racist.
It's very very white down here. All right. So is there like it's just an open room and it's white? Is there a door or anything like?
It's a corridor, but about halfway down there's a hallway that goes off to the right.
I'm going to cast this spell on Akula's torch because it's white now. I just put out your torch. I can do it with magic. And I'm going to say, if you want me to light that thing, just let me know.
Okay, and I just put it away and grumble that I don't have dark vision.
It's white everywhere.
And Brady, just to be on the safe side, as I'm going down the hallways, I'm using my roguish skills and just checking for anything out of the ordinary, traps or things that I can feel will kill us.
There does not seem to be any traps.
Okay. Well, I keep going down the hallway.
However, you do notice that Handy is getting very nervous.
Handy, are we close? Are we close to the creepy lady?
What is it, girl? Is there a Timmy down the well?
Do not mock Handy. And I smack you with Handy.
It's the equivalent of picking somebody's body and just throwing it at him.
No, you're...
And so you enter a large room. And in the center of this room, there is this dark, blood-red crystal growing up out of the ground.
I call it dibs.
And out of the crystal, you see hundreds of those vines.
How big is the crystal?
Some of them white, some of them black. The crystal is about 3 feet by 3 feet.
Great. That means I could totally fit
And
it in my bag of basic arithmetic.
Hey. Oh, no. No, no, no.
Oh God!
Don't worry, it'll probably
no.
kill him when he tries to touch it.
La 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 la. I walk up to it.
And there are also more vines that are going out from the bottom of the crystal along the floors to several cages, like glass cages, and you see a few different things behind these. In one space, you see a small gnome. In another space, you see a tall, skinny orc.
Oh.
In another space, you see Mr. Wren. In another space, you see
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Black.
you see Hans.
Oh, good. Hate that guy.
I think you hated him. I don't believe he is
What's the
with us anymore.
Brady? Remind me. What was the demon lady's name again?
Tarasa.
Karasa. That's right. Karasa.
Say it again.
Tarasa. Yep.
Mufasa.
Anyway.
Mufasa, Mufasa, Mufasa.
All right.
And you do hear something. It sounds like it's coming from another room, but it's just this sweet, soft harp music.
I bet you that's where the evil lady is.
But there is one more cage. This cage is much larger than the others. And as you look at everyone in all these cages, some of them have a couple of vines sticking into them that are then going to the crystal through the, just along the ground. And on this last cage, there's this beautiful woman who looks... She's beautiful, but she's also sickly. Like, she can tell that she's malnourished. Something's definitely been going wrong with her. She has short, dark hair, but it kind of has like a bluish hinge to it. And she has about 300 of these vines going into her. And you notice that about half of those are black. And the other half are white.
Okay.
I'm making two rolls here because I don't know which is more helpful to figure out what the heck is going on here.
Okay. So, Jed just rolled an Arcana roll of 7 and a Nature roll of 12. And with either of those, this is nothing like anything that you've ever seen before.
There's nothing like I've ever seen before.
Is she being kept alive, or her life being drained?
I go over to the cage. I knock on it. Do do do. Hey!
Which one? There's like
Which one?
like 7.
To the one with the girl.
Oh.
I'm like, hey, are you
She's not.
She's not responding.
She's not responding.
Be like, hey, it's me, Carl. We talked before. Remember?
Man, Carl, are you really hard up for a date?
I look at Handy.
Guys,
Brady, and I'm like,
Jessica's right here.
I look at Handy. I'm like, Handy, is this her?
Yes. And Handy just scurries away as fast as he can.
This is her. Hey, so yeah, you're Karasa, right? Or is that correct? That's your name?
I don't think that we should let this stranger out. Obviously, there's something very odd about this situation. Can we maybe get our friends out first?
You would call all of this odd?
Well, yes, it is very odd. I'm proper. I use good terminology. Odd.
No, odd is someone with a funny hair color. This is beyond odd. This is mysterious. This is deadly. This is better word than odd.
This is full Bjork.
Yes, full Bjork. And I clink my flask against Magna's.
Ding. Okay.
She's just not responding.
What if I think about it? Because she talked to me in my mind again. I look at her and I'm like thinking, like, hey, You remember you talked in my mind before? You're too shy to talk now?
Nothing.
Alright, well, she's not saying anything. I go...
And so Jessica goes, can you help me? Is there some way that we can get through this glass to get out poor Hans and Mr. Red?
Do they have doors, Brady?
They do not.
Okay.
It's basically a glass panel that is holding out something, basically a cutout in the wall.
Oh, if only glass was a material that you could somehow break. Oh well.
Sorry, what do you need broken? I was drifting. This one right here, and I go over to the glass and swing at it with my longsword.
Which one? Which glass?
The one
with Ren in
next
it.
to Carl.
Do we want Ren or do we want the girl?
No, Ren. Do Ren first.
Ren. Yeah. 19 for 9 points.
Yeah, you are definitely able to crash that glass, and Mr. Ren takes a deep breath. He pulls the vine out of him. The vine instantly turns black. He goes, What?
Hey, easy.
He looks over at the girl and just kind of curls up into the fetal position and starts to cry.
I'm gonna make sure he's okay with a medicine check of 23.
He is definitely stable.
Well, he's physically okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like he doesn't look like pale or ill or like his heartbeat's okay. Like physically like he's as normal as possible.
Yeah, it's just there's something about the situation that's really, really, really affecting him.
What? Something about this situation where he had a life-sucking vine in his whatever?
Mr. Ren, who put you here?
How about we get some of these others out as well? Hans, maybe?
No, he's good. He's good. But,
Jim rolls his eyes at Akula and then goes, "Let me try." He takes out both of his short swords and he swings them at the glass.
You're gonna regret this, Jim. You're gonna regret this.
Don't do it, Jim.
He crashes the glass. Crashes the glass. And just like Mr. Ren did, Hans takes a deep breath. Oh, thank you. I felt like I couldn't breathe since there. And then he just takes out the vine with no problem and goes, "So, what is going on?"
I'm going to start casting this spell on the glass.
With him still in there.
It'll take 1 minute. He's got 1 minute to get out.
He's already walked out.
I'm still going to cast it just on principle. I'm casting a mending spell on that.
All right, and so the glass gets remended.
Excellent.
Hans looks around and he looks at the crystal in the middle of the room and goes, "I think there's something wrong with that crystal, yeah?"
You think so? Did you know about this when you were working for the arena?
Oh no, I did not know anything but fashion.
No, you didn't know that either.
And the general trends.
Who put you in there?
I don't remember much, but I believe it was those skeletons.
Yeah.
They were scary.
Do you remember anything else after they put you in there, or did you black out till just now?
Oh, I don't remember a thing.
Alright, so I'm gonna go over to Trilby's. It is Trilby we see, right? Skinny orc.
It is not.
No, it's
What?
it's the missing order guy.
Oh. Well, then I open his up.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
Botch. I just want to see what happens.
I do not botch with my long sword.
25!
25.
Yeah, you crash that glass right down, and he catches his breath and he goes, "I'm going to kill
Not me. I'm your buddy who got you out of that thing.
You
Now,
know-
who put you in there?
I'm also actually going to cast Mending on all the broken glass so far and fix them, just in case we need to cover our tracks.
And so he obviously walks out and goes, Where's the rest of my clan?
They're dead.
What? No, they can't die in the arena. Where am I?
Tell that to her corpse.
You're under the arena, and everyone's dead.
What do you mean?
Where
do I go? How do
everyone
how
is
do I get
dead.
back up there?
Their bodies
Everyone
stopped
is
working.
dead, Dave.
They've shuffled off their mortal coil. They are ex-orcs.
If you want to go,
Where are we?
we're under the arena.
Under the arena.
Go follow the stairs.
And with that, he dashes out of the
Be
room.
gone with you.
He wants to see what's going on.
We should probably be guarding that exit next time we smash one of these open. You see, here's the problem. Alright, I'll give it a shot. 6.
Yep, you just kind of tap on the glass like a child tapping on fish.
You're opening
This
up
is why you should not be guarding the exit, Akula.
This is the.
How about we switch places?
Okay.
Wait, does Barry do anything with his 11?
I'm not.
With his 11,
I'm not.
he
I'm not really trying
he
to.
scratches it up.
I'm not
a
really
bit.
trying to do anything.
Stand back.
I'm actually
26. I have one job to do, and I do it well.
So
Okay, and so I assume that's the no,
Right.
Yeah, man.
He immediately stands up and pulls out he has 2 vines in him, and he pulls them out and he goes, what's going on? Where's my sister? Where's Patricia?
Wait, is this
Good
Bob?
question.
no, it's the brother of the girl that writes the scripts for those shows.
No, you're thinking of Beth.
Whatever. I don't care.
Patricia, the other gnome?
All I know is I'm still standing in front of the ladies, and I'm just staring her down, waiting until she responds to me.
Yes, so Bobby is Patricia's missing brother that she's the gnome who was always crying because her brother was missing.
Right.
Hey, you have a real crybaby of a sister, but she loves you.
I'm gonna pick her up and put her with the other guy who's crying. It'll be the crying corner.
And so, Carl, you have been looking at this lady the entire time.
Yep.
Hey,
And something about her seems familiar. Something about her and something about Mr. Wren seems familiar.
Like they look like they could be siblings or something.
Something in the way they move.
Maybe there was something sometime when you picked a
I
pocket
did. I have a locket.
and you found a locket.
I do.
picked a pocket with a
I have a
locket.
locket. I have a gold locket. Okay, so I pull out the locket and look at the picture.
And with that, yep, that is her.
I hold it up and be like, "Hey, look, it's you."
And then Mr. Wren runs up and he grabs the locket.
Oh,
from
well,
you.
that cured your fetal position really quick.
Oh, and I just had you put in the crying corner too.
So
And he looks at you and he goes, "This is my beloved, but I can't face her."
but she's some evil demon lady.
She's Tarasa. Haven't you guys heard of Tarasa? Come on.
I've heard him talk
Read
about
stories.
I get hit a lot. Man.
I do.
I mean,
I
I'll
do.
tell you.
I reach down and remember my dwarven lessons and
Do a
I
history
did
check.
18.
18. All right. And so, suddenly, even though, we've said this name many times, suddenly you realize that you've heard legends of a benevolent dragon that would travel the land helping people.
Oh.
But
What kind of benevolent dragon? Do we, sit on his tail as he lets out his mighty roar? Is he a lucky dragon?
I think it is Dragon Lady.
Do we raise him from an egg?
Do they live by the sea and frolic in the autumn mist? in a land called...
The land
Is
that
it
rhymes with what he just
Or,
said.
or maybe we're just imagining them.
Are we made out of paper?
So, okay, alright, so...
Will he teach us about giants' rings? And
So I
other
tell...
things?
You know, as I'm remembering this, I'm like, oh, okay, now I remember. So apparently, this lady over here is not actually a lady, but yeah, a dragon in the form of a human.
Oh, dude looks like a lady.
So,
There's... And Mr. Wren goes, there's more to the story than that.
There always is. You know, she had a fall of grace and eventually became evil, and then we had to imprison her here and suck all her power out to fuel the arena to make sure people don't die when they fight. You know, stuff like that.
Well, yes, that is actually very, very close to what happened. But you see, I was the one who betrayed her. I'm the one who turned her into what she is now.
Smack him with handy. How dare you!
How did that turn out for you, Mr. N?
Go back to the crying corner with you.
It was a confusing time. There was a man who, for some reason, I thought was my patron god.
Was it the mayor?
I don't remember much of that time, but he told me that I had to capture her. I thought that I had killed her, and I had forgotten about it for years. But then something happened a few weeks ago when I don't know what it was, but I've carried around this locket, but I hadn't remembered her. I hadn't remembered the things that I've done that led me to drinking, that led me to the horrible mess of a human that you see today. And here she is. She's alive. She's alive.
Yes, we can see that.
So are we breaking this thing out, or what?
Well, she is evil.
As all of you guys have been paying attention to this girl, in the meantime, Hans and Jessica have been trying to get that big crystal out from the center of the room. Get it out of the floor. And
I shoot him.
Suddenly...
Oh good, Hans is dead.
all of the...
I shoot him with a bow!
You want to shoot Hans?
I sure
with a
do.
bow? Okay.
Living the dream.
Carl, you are vicious.
21.
Carl, that's terrible in theory.
Yeah, you would think that it is.
So I shoot him, and it hits him, and I say, "No touchy! No touchy!"
Well, here's the thing. As you shoot him, yeah, you hit him. You hit him in the shoulder. But he looks at you, and with a straight face, just says, "Ow. Is that supposed to hurt?"
I shoot him again.
Guys, this is the magical glowy crystal of healing.
Before you can shoot him again, that harp music starts getting louder.
Oh, like the peaceful music of peace?
Yeah, the dragon's music.
Yeah.
Yo mayo.
Here comes the mind control. Everyone, get your wisdom saving throws ready.
Ruh-roh.
And then Hans shouts out, "You can come out now.
Oh crap!
We
I
have
a character we
yes."
don't remember.
And this elven woman walks from around the corner from the hall, and she is playing a harp and singing. And then Hans says, "Show these folks the weight of their decisions." And with that, she starts singing a song, and I need all of you guys to do a strength save.
Strength save? That was not what I was expecting at all.
Stop just repeating what the DM says.
16.
5, 16.
I was expecting some sort of like mind control thing, not like suddenly
Yeah,
a
I
strength
thought it was going to
check.
be like wisdom or something, and I was
Yeah.
going to be hosed, but yeah.
12. 9. And Jim got a 6.
Yeah, I roll a 5.
In fact, everybody in this room, except for Jessica, Hans, and this elven woman who just walked in playing the harp, suddenly feel this great weight. And it's just bearing you down. I mean, the tiles under your feet are cracking, and you cannot move. As Hans is talking, you see Jim's eyes light up, and he goes, You tried to kill me. You tried to kill my son. You're him. And then Hans goes and he tears off his mustache. Yeah. He tears off his mustache, which is obviously fake, and the goatee, which is obviously fake.
Get that ridiculous
Takes off his
cigarette.
hat, kind of, brushes his hair to the side a little bit. And he goes, It's a pleasure to meet you all at last. As, well, more of myself than usual. And so Hans, or, the mayor, dun dun dun.
Told you I hated that guy.
He looks at you all and he goes, it's interesting. The Soul Spire is my least favorite of my collection. You see, stealing someone's soul is so unpredictable. So I let those little gnomes have it. It didn't make any difference to me. There were only a few souls that I stole, and, did you know it? They're both in this room right now.
Was it Magna? Because I know she doesn't have one.
And he actually looks at Mr. Wren, and he looks at Terasa behind the glass. So, when Jessica told me that she had been following you and her father, and that, first of all, her father was helping you, which I think is absolutely and utterly ridiculous. I knew there was a reason why I didn't recruit him as well, but, that just confirmed all of my fears. The man is a dolt. He's a moron. I've been telling you that, sir. Yes, I know you have.
I mean, you're right, but you're still the bad guy, you turd.
Bad guy? How am I bad? I don't kill. I don't do too much harm.
There is a room full of corpses behind us that argues differently, or above us.
Oh, do you think that was me? That really, I would want to take away the arena from my worshippers? No. I needed the arena. I hate everything that has happened here. I'm going to have to try to find another spot where I can start this again. But first, I need this. And he is able to get the crystal out of the ground.
Are we Brady, are we completely held down right now?
You are completely held down. You can try to do strength checks. See if you can break out of it whatsoever.
Yeah, Akula's gonna try. I mean, I'm guessing because of the narrative moment we're in. 10.
Yep, and you are not able to do a thing.
Oh, you suck so bad.
And then he looks at you and he goes, no, I guess I do kind of suck the life and the memories and the anything I possibly can out of people. It's quite fun. I mean, how else am I supposed to say this lovely?
Can I ask a question real quick? What is the physical arrangement of this room? Like, am I behind this guy? Am I in front of him? Am I to the side? Like, where are things placed here?
So basically, you guys are all at the glass where Terasa is, which is on the far side of the room, like on the opposite side of where you entered.
Okay.
And he is in the middle of the room. And he and Jessica and this other woman.
Oh, so I'm not in the crowd? Oh, I guess I was by the glass. What, wasn't Akula by the stairs?
No, because...
Yeah, he was going to break the glass. I made sure that all four of you
of course
were over there before I started that. I paid attention.
What is your plan for us now?
Well, here's the thing. When this whole business of the Soul Spire went down, Magna, your grandmother, thought that you folks were special. She probably even told you so. She thought that you could overthrow me because you happened to take out the least favorite of my collection. And it just won't work out. I found that half-orc bard, and he was so easy to convince to just go on his merry way. All that I had to do was give him an instrument and a piece of gold, and he was happy as a clown to abandon this life.
Well, I heard his schedule was getting pretty busy.
I always hate it when bands you love seem to sell out. It is a huge shame. I mean, he'll probably make it big, but we knew him first.
I literally have no idea who any of you are talking about.
Oh, it's the guy you replaced, I think.
He replaced him, so never mind.
What?
I have been tracking down your grandmother for years, and she finally showed herself to you. Which,
Wait,
wow,
Magna
that means
has
that I have a bead on where she is.
Magna has a grandmother? She must be a zillion years old.
400 million years old.
A woman who has tried to make my life hell for the past 10 years, and
Only 10?
well, I think it is time for me to repay the favor. And then he turns to the blonde elven woman playing the harp and goes, "If you would, please." And she starts playing a different song, and you start feeling your strength, coming back. The weight is starting to be lifted, but before you can do anything,
Counterspell.
the three of them and the crystal that was in the middle of the room disappear.
Countersong.
If only one of us was a bard.
Try to change my alignment.
I was trying to hit X that whole time to skip the cutscene.
Hello there, my lovelies. This is Brady, your Dungeon Master, and I just wanted to give a quick little update on how things are going. This will actually be the last episode of Orcsbane Arena. I mean, if you couldn't tell, there's been some pretty big stuff that has happened. And so after this, we will have an epilogue in a couple of weeks, but after that, there may be a little bit of a break. And the reason for this is because, well, basically, I need to make sure that I have the next arc in order, and also we are going to have another interlude that is going to be DM'd by Jeff Parks, who plays, of course, Jed. But before we get into that, of course, I need to give him a little bit of time to make sure that we're aligned on kind of where it needs to go story-wise, and it'll be a lot of fun. But until then, let's get right back to the episode and see what happens. Okay, and as the party turns around to see what's going on with Terasa now that the mayor and his minions were gone, notice that Terasa is looking quite healthy. She stands there in her glass cage, grinning with golden eyes. You also notice that Mr. Wren is in the cage with her, looking suddenly more weak, as if he had the energy sapped from him. Terasa raises her right hand, and suddenly there's blackness. Carl opens his eyes, finding himself unable to move or speak, with a vision unfolding in front of him. The vision is silent, though he can hear music. He sees himself and his friends Agon and Costella tied up in a security tent at the Festival of Tutorial. Everything seems familiar, except that the three gnomes and Bob the dwarf are also tied up. All 7 of these figures are sitting there, trying to escape their bonds, yelling furiously at each other, though Carl can't hear what they're saying. There's a general sense of foreboding in the air. The flap of the tent flew open, revealing a man with no face in a gray business suit. The faceless man walks towards Marion the gnome and lightly touches her on the forehead. Marion's features immediately begin to change as her eyes and mouth disappear, and her clothes transform into the same type of suit worn by the man. The man unties her, and then the two of them similarly transform the other two gnomes. Meanwhile, Bob the dwarf bursts free of his ropes with a mighty flex and a grunt, and undoes the ties of Agon, Castella, and Carl. The four of them run out of the tent, though Bob didn't quite make it as he too was changed. Carl, Castella, and Agon are now faced with a pitch-black night, accented by strange bright neon colors on entertainment attractions. Visible in these neon lights, the three see more of these faceless gray-clad figures, who notice them and begin to slowly pursue. Carl gets separated from his compatriots and finds himself running into a building labeled the Hall of Mirrors. In the building, there are mirrors placed everywhere at odd angles, and Carl is faced by many reflections of himself. He walks up to one of the mirrors, and the Carl on the other side of the mirror suddenly cocks his head to the side and reaches his hand through the mirror and into the real world. Carl grabs his hand and helps him through, as the other reflections begin to similarly ask for release. Seeing an opportunity to raise an army against the faceless horde outside, Carl and his reflections all help each other escape. The non-mirrored Carl yells unintelligibly at the others, trying to get their attention and warn them of the dangers outside. But the Carl reflections won't stay focused. They are all too busy trying to steal from each other, sneak off away from the others, sort through their pouches to look at their possessions, and drink mugs of ale that seem to appear out of thin air. Frustrated, the real Carl runs up to a few of them and shakes them to no reaction. He slaps one in the face with no acknowledgement. It was as if they did not notice him at all. Then, the glass walls around them shatter, and they are surrounded by hundreds of the faceless creatures. The creatures walk towards the Carl reflections and change them one by one to join their number. The real Carl has no escape, begins to panic as a sea of gray suits slowly crashes over him, consuming him until his hand is the only thing visible above a sea of gray. Lightning struck as the hand slowly faded into the gray suits. And the shadow of a great beast with wings and horns and death in the air shrouded the scene. Another lightning struck, and there was a form of a woman that Carl recognized as the woman inside the glass cage, Tarasa. Tarasa grins and says, "Carl, I knew that you would rescue me. I knew that you were hesitant. I knew that you were lying. But I knew that you would not leave me there to rot. And here I am, free again. Carl, if you are serious about helping me, I can give you so much." She gestures towards the gray suits. "The battle lines have been drawn, and I alone can stand up to this man that you met today. Trust in me. Be there when I call for you. And oh, the fun that we will have together. He wants to take away your individuality. He wants to take everything that you are. I want you to excel. Think on it. Do not tell your companions of this vision." So ominous! So creepy! So awesome! Join us next time on 1D10, the show!